Hello, greetings and salutations everybody, and welcome to Evolve. I am Blake Howard alongside Eva Marie and Maria Canellis, and we've got a packed show ready for the fans here tonight. Tonight we've got a huge celebration coming up. Chandler Stacks Lorenzo became the new Evolve champion last night on NXT after defeating Norman Burgoyne in an incredible ladder match to become the new Evolve champion. And the speed titles will be on the line as usual. Cassie Fairbanks will be defending the title against Wanda Williams, and Alio Lafleur will have a big title match as well. But also, we've got a big tag team match as Andrew Thompson and Lucy Wright take on Otis and the Real Deal Zeta Steel in tag team action. This and much more to come here tonight on Evolve. Well, speaking of the devil, here he comes, the new Evolve champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your new Evolve champion, Chandler Stacks Lorenzo. Alongside his girlfriend, Ariana Grace, the TNA representative, his girlfriend, Ariana Grace. I mean, look, you can't like. Look, you don't have to like the guy, but you have to respect the result that this guy and that this man Stacks and Norman Burgoyne put on a show in that ladder match. Yeah, those two guys really put it all on the line in that ladder match, but in the end, it was Stacks drove his knee as Norman's head bounced off the ladder, and Stacks would pull down the Evolve Championship and become the new champion. You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. Whoa, where's the you deserve it? You deserve it. You deserve it. Yeah, come on. Say you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Damn. You know what, Ariana? I don't need these people to tell me that I deserve anything. You are looking at your new Evolve champion. And now I have taken Norman's world away from him. He prides himself on being a champion. He prides himself on proving he is the best. But I think Norman needs to accept the facts that every time he's a champion, he doesn't seem to have these titles for long, because maybe it's time that he realizes that he's just not good enough. The jokes are over. The fun and games are over. Stacks is your Evolve champion, and there's not a damn thing you can... Oh! It's Tony D'Angelo. Wow, it's Tony D'Angelo, and he's coming face to face to his former comrade, Tony D. Hello, old friend. You're not the Don anymore, Tony. You're looking at the new Don. not just of NXT, but of Evolve as well. Your old pal and friend. You know, you talk about winning championships. You talk about living up to your potential. I think I should put a stop to this before it gets started. Not happening. Come on, Ariana, let's go. These people don't deserve to see their new Evolve champion. And looks like Stax is wanting no part. Yeah, Stax clearly doesn't want any part of his former tag team partner and former comrade Tony D'Angelo. Wait a minute. That's Tori Wilson's music, the general manager of Evolve. Hold on a second there, Stax. What? Hold on a second, Stax. You know, look, I understand you just won the title, so out of respect, I'm not going to have you defend the title tonight. But I can't let this match go without. I can't just ignore this match. So tonight, it is going to happen tonight. Chandlin, you will take on your former partner Tony D'Angelo tonight. What? But the title won't be on the line. If Tony can beat you, then it will be. Wow, Tori Wilson dropping a bombshell, and Chandlin does not look too happy about that. Yeah, Stax is obviously not too thrilled that he's going to meet his former comrade. Yeah, we're taking on his former comrade, Tony D, tonight here on Evolve. Obviously, it'll be non-title, but if Tony D can get the win, then the title will indeed be on the line. And it's time for our first match. Here comes Montez Ford, a former Speed champion. The following contest is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring, and it is for the Speed Championship. Introducing the challenger, representing Mutiny, Montez Ford. Montez Ford looks to get another chance to bring the Speed Championship into Mutiny. They both have the same Titantron. And his opponent, he is the Speed Champion, Elio LaFleur. Elio LaFleur making his way to the ring. Speed title on the line. Speed Championship on the line here. Elio Lafleur being a fighting champion, taking on all comers. Well, that's what makes these speed titles, you know, very, very important. You know, the speed champions aren't afraid to defend their titles against any and all comers. But man, can you believe the huge announcement that Red Velvet made on NXT? She's issuing out an open challenge, but not just to anybody. She's also not just to the NXT division, NXT roster, but also laying out an open challenge to people across Raw and SmackDown. Yeah, Red Velvet really wants to prove she's a fighting champion by even taking on some of the more high-tier wrestlers from the main roster. I think Red Velvet is making a huge mistake. Oh, I think Red Velvet might be making a huge mistake. Why is that, Maria? Why do you think she's making a huge mistake? Because I think she's letting her arrogance get the better of her. She's never been in the ring with the AJs, the Indy Hartwells, the Charlottes, the Beckys, the Alexas. She's never been in the ring with wrestlers on that kind of caliber. And what if those superstars actually defeat? And what if one of those wrestlers actually ends up defeating Red Velvet for the championship? Then all of that bravado would go right back in Velvet's face. While I get where you're coming from, Maria, but Red Velvet has been a fighting champion. She is not afraid to take on any and all comers. And that's what I respect. And Montez Ford now staying on top of his opponent. And now here comes Lafleur, starting to build up momentum now. And a flying drop kick. And now Ford. Chop. And now being chopped in the corner. And Montez gets the shoulders up with only 2.5 minutes remaining. 2.5 minutes remaining left on this speed timer. And Montez, nice move. And Montez looking to take home the gold here. What is Montez doing? Montez looked like he wasn't sure what to do. It was debating. He was debating if he should have gone up to the top rope. And I think that might have ended up costing him. And now Lafleur heading up to the top rope. Huge moonsault. And now Ford rolling out of the ring, trying to create some space. Oh, but Lafleur not giving him any breathing room. Elio Lafleur is not giving Montez Ford any breathing room. Springboard crossbody, top rope, 450 splash. And no, Lafleur could not get the 3 count. Montez kicked out. Montez was just able to kick out just in time with only a few dying seconds remaining. 30 seconds remaining left on this timer, and now Lafleur trying to roll up forward. Rope break got called. And now Ford comes off the ropes. And now look at how now red to the eyes. Look at this. Fast and furious. Yeah, look at how much time's left. The fast and furious nature of speed matches starting to take its toll. And now a roll up by LaFleur, and no! Oh man, and this match is gonna go to a time limit draw. And this match is gonna go to a timer. Wow. Another speed match ending in a time limit draw. Montez Ford was not willing to take the loss, was not willing to take that loss. He really wanted the title, but in the end, Elio Lafleur retains the title via time limit draw. Here is your winner as a result of a time limit draw, and still the speed champion, Elio Lafleur. Oh man, that's why these 5-minute timer matches are just really hard to win. Elio Lafleur is still the champion, and Montez obviously not too thrilled about that. Seriously, there's got to be a rule with this time. Seriously, there is got to be an increase in time limit on this, because this is getting ridiculous. We've had so many time limit draws. And we are back live on WWE Evolve, and here comes the sexiest woman alive. And I guess you can call him the handsomest man alive. Oh, brother. The following contest is an intergender tag team match set for one fall. Making their way to the ring, Andrew Thompson and Lucy Wright. Andrew Thompson and Lucy Wright making their way to the ring as they prepare for intergender tag team action. They take on Otis and the Real Deal, Zeta Steel. She's a real deal. She's a real deal. She's a real deal. She's a real deal. And her opponents first. She is the Real Deal, Zeta Steel. The Real Deal, Zeta Steel, getting a pretty good positive reaction here tonight. Blue collar working man. Blue collar solid, I'm a working man, and I'm alpha. Blue collar solid, I'm the alpha man. And her tag team partner, oh, Otis. Zeta Steel's tag team partners, the blue collar brawler Otis. He's the alpha working man. This is going to be one of the most oddest. This has to be one of the most oddest pairings I think I have ever seen. Zeta Steel and Otis. Oh. I mean, to be fair, Lucy Wright and Otis was, to be fair, even Otis and Lucy Wright was such an odd pairing. And that was proven that it could, and it was proven that could work. Yeah, but Zeta Steel is the real. Yeah, but Zeta Steel is the real deal. That's a big difference. She's the real deal. Would Otis want to get with a girl like her? You never know. You know what? You're probably right. Tag made, and now here comes Otis. Here comes Otis, and here comes Andrew as well. And look at this. Wow! The power of Andrew. That was impressive. Gotta hand it. That was pretty impressive there by Andrew. Yeah, Andrew's been pretty impressive since branching into becoming more of an athlete. You can probably thank Lucy Wright for that, I guess. I mean, you've also got to give respect to the trainers in the Performance Center as well. They've also been helping out. That's also true. Otis with a clothesline and Lucy Wright with a cheap shot right to the back. And now Andrew getting sent into the corner. Tag made now to Zeta Steel. Oh, look at that, a double team move. Tag made. And Andrew makes the tag out to Lucy Wright. And now Lucy and Zeta now going back and forth. What is the one? What's the one color that's in common in that ring right now? Blue. Yeah, everyone is wearing blue. Oh, look at that, and a fish drop. And a nice flying fish drop there by. Oh, look at this, and Otis breaking it up. Look at Lucy now. And Lucy not afraid to mix it up with her former boy Otis. And now and because of that now Zeta Steel is taking advantage of the situation. Zeta Steel is now taking advantage. And now Lucy, oh. And now what is Lucy planning here? Lucy, oh no. Oh my God. Oh, on the floor. Holy shit. Holy shit. Good Lord Jesus. Zeta's head just bounced off the concrete. Otis is now concerned for Zeta. Hey, Sean. And Zeta Steel, how the hell did she get back in the ring after being pile driven right on concrete? Oh, you got to give it to Zeta Steel. She's very resilient. And now there's the tag, and here comes Otis. Yeah, that's typical YouTube. And now here comes Otis. And now Andrew. All fired up. Oh, and now Andrew gets caught. Andrew was thinking a big move, but he gets caught. And now Otis. And now Otis. Otis now. Oh, was thinking a big power bomb, but Andrew blocks. Andrew able to block able to block the assault. Sure. And now Andrew on the top. Suplex. And now Otis finds it. And now Otis finds himself in grave danger. Andrew, top rope. Andrew, top rope. Huge frog splash. And that could be it. The huge frog splash to Otis. Zeta saves it. Wow, and Zeta still saving the match. Somehow Zeta Steel made the save. What an incredible back and forth this match has been here between these two competitive teams. Zeta Steel and Lucy and Zeta Steel and Otis is a bit of an odd pairing, but hey, they've proven to be quite effective. Zeta Steel is still feeling the effects of being pile driven right on the concrete floor, but she's sucking it up. Come on, real deal, huh? You're not the real deal anymore, huh? Look at this. Oh, Lucy Wright getting a little bit arrogant. Oh, and now Zeta. Now Zeta starting to build momentum. And now Lucy, counters out. And now look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Now Zeta still counters. Zeta still counters into a roll-up. Oh, my God. Zeta still got to win. No way. Zeta Steel. Zeta Steel. You got to be kidding me. The losing streak's over. The losing streak's over! The losing streak of Zeta Steel is finally ended! What a monumental win for Zeta Steel! The losing streak is finally over! And Lucy can't believe it! Here are your winners, Zeta Steel and Otis! Lucy Wright is in disbelief. Zeta, after 14 consecutive losses, Zeta's losing streak has finally ended here tonight. Lucy Wright was looking for the beauty check. Zeta would counter out of it into a roll-up, surprising Wright, and finally ending the losing streak. Unbelievable, what a win for Zeta Steel and Otis, and Lucy Wright and Andrew cannot believe what has just happened. Well, here's what I have to say about what you're complaining about, Sean. Well, here's what I have to say about it. It's exactly, that is the exact kind of reaction that they want from a person like you. Why do you think I ignore the fans whenever they talk shit about Rhea Ripley? Because they want that reaction. Because that's the reaction they want. They want to anger fans of a certain wrestler. Why do you think now I've been telling you for the longest time to stop caring what the fans say? Because the more and more you care, the more and more you listen to what these people say, it just starts to bug you and it gets on your nerves and it really causes you to get angry. Yes, I understand why Alexa had to sell it that way, because she's had concussions in the past. And how many times have I told you that just because Alexa and Mercedes no longer are beefing with each other doesn't mean the fans are going to forget about it? And I understand you want the fans to forget about it and move on, but that's just not how they're going to do it. They're not just going to move on just because someone asks them nicely to just move on from it. Do you think if Alexa and Mercedes took to social media and told their fans, hey, can you guys stop beefing with each other? Can you guys stop beefing? We're all good pals. Do you expect their fan bases to just say, okay, and stop? No, fans are never going to stop. It's so funny how fans didn't want to see Tiffany Stratton versus Jade again, but because Rhea Ripley won, now all of a sudden they would have rather to see Tiffany fight Jade again. I'm like, yeah, right. If Tiffany did win, you'd all be complaining that we'd be getting the same matches again at WrestleMania. Oh man, we're getting Tiffany and Jade again. How predictable. But because Rhea won, now all of a sudden our tone needs to change. We need to act like we actually did mind seeing Tiffany and Jade again. Like in BC's review, he was complaining about how we could be getting Randy and Drew again. But then when then they changed it. But because they changed it to Cody. And look, I get where he's coming from, why he didn't like it. But the one thing I don't get is that he needs to understand that fans are not going to hate Randy Orton anymore. This is 2026. Randy's too well loved. He's too well respected. His days of being a heel, while his heel turn can still happen, do you think for a second the fans are going to boo him? I don't think so. I don't think the fans are going to ever boo Randy. He's too well respected now. He's at the stage of his career where he's just a respected legend. It's like when they turned Edge heel to do the Judgment Day stuff. Fans weren't going to boo Edge. Yes, Mercedes left in 2022. It's non-stop because it's non-stop because that's just how it is with fans. Fans are... I had to non-stop listen to fans berate Rhea Ripley, man. I had to non-stop deal with fans berating Rhea Ripley over things that are not even true. I have to listen to BC call her Rhea Shitley, all because he doesn't like her. Oh, aren't I funny? I took the rip out of her name and put shit in her name because I think she's shit. Aren't I funny? Aren't I funny? Because I don't like Rhea Ripley, I'm gonna give her a stupid name. I'm gonna show that I hate her by calling her by a dumb name. Oh, but Patrick, you do it too. And if I know BC's community, they're just gonna think, oh, BC's only saying it because he wants to be funny. He doesn't really mean it. He's saying it as a joke. He doesn't really mean it. Oh yeah, it sounds like he means it. Considering how much he really tears it into Triple H, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. But again, it's like what you said. It's like what I told you. They will always go after Alexa. Even if you want them to forget about the past and move on from it, it's just never gonna happen. My advice is to just ignore it. Stop listening to it. You know they're gonna do it. Just stop listening to it. Stop paying attention to it. I stopped paying attention to what people say about Rhea Ripley. It's like they want Alexa to go home with her husband and daughter with a broken nose or a concussion. Now that's probably the only thing about Alexa. That's probably the only thing in AEW I don't think Alexa would be able to fit in with. While I do think Alexa could do fine in AEW, I just think because of her history of concussions, that could be one of the bigger flaws of her being in there. Because look at Saraya, she's had neck problems, and look at how she had to be heavily protected because of her neck problems. But yeah, it's like what I've said, man. Just ignore it. Stop listening to it. I'm being generous and giving you advice. And I feel like every time I give you this advice, it feels like it just means nothing because you still get mad at fans and still get mad at fans. I've been saying it for ages. Stop listening to them. But yeah, anyway, let's get back to our regular scheduled programming. Welcome back to Evolve, and for those who are just joining us and missed what happened at the start of the show, Chandler Stacks Lorenzo started off the show bragging about his big title win, but then his former cohort Tony D'Angelo came out to challenge him to a match for the title, but Stacks would ultimately refuse. Tori Wilson would then book a match between the two, but not for the championship. Tori decided not to put the title on the line, mainly because of the fact that Stacks just won it last night. And then we had Elio Lafleur and Montez Ford go to a time limit draw in their speed match that ended in a time limit draw. A bit of a disappointment there for the fans that were really enjoying the match, but yeah, that's really how things have turned out so far here on Evolve. And there you see Randall Smith in the ring, ready for action. That's why I'm glad AJ Lee didn't go. She would have been protected like Saraya. Well, to be fair, AJ was put in War Games, so she kind of wasn't really protected by WWE. Even though she didn't do much in there, but she still was thrown in War Games. She just hasn't done any kind of serious bumps yet. She just hasn't done any kind of crazy bumps yet. I mean, she took a chair shot. She took a steel chair shot by Becky Lynch. I guess that's considered a bit of a higher level bump. So I think AJ's been fine so far. Here comes the badass Solo Sikoa. Well, Solo obviously is not in the best of moods, considering that the MFTs lost their tag team titles. And they lost their tag team titles. The goddess of selling, AJ Lee, yep. And the second best is Mercedes. The second best seller is Mercedes. In my opinion. Up there with AJ Lee is Mercedes. I can tell by the way Mercedes sells. I can just tell she was taking inspiration from AJ and how she used to sell offense. Mariah better beat Jada. If I know NXT, that probably won't happen. And Solo just dumping Randall Smith to the outside. Oh, Randall getting to his feet. Oh! Randall now with a knee shot, with a knee right to the head, but man, it's been a crazy night here. Zeta Steel's losing streak had finally come to an end. No, I still find that hard. I still cannot believe that happened. Well, Lucy Wright let her arrogance get the better of her, and that's what ultimately happens when you let your arrogance get the better of you, Maria. And now Solo. And now Solo dropping Randall. Oh! Solo was looking for a leg drop. And now Randall starting to clobber Solo. And a big drop kick. And now, oh, look at this. And now the big taller Tonga now on the apron as Randall Smith now, the big intimidating man of the MFTs, the big and taller Tonga. And Randall turns around and look at this. And oh man, and Randall turns around right into the Samoan spike after being distracted by the bigger Tonga. Taking it all. Settle the score. Murder, edit, ball. Taking it all. Ready for war. Murder, edit, ball. Taking it all. Here's your winner, Solo Sikoa. Get him up. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like the rest of the MFTs are not done yet. And now the Tonga brothers. And now the Tonga brothers with the Tonga twist on Gibbs. This is a little bit much. Oh my goodness, and oh my god, and another Samoan spike by Solo. Solo and the MFTs just dismantling Randall Gibbs. Oh, Randall Gibbs is learning what happens when you mess with the MFTs. This group is so devastating and dangerous. The only reason why I knew Vengeance Day was on because I saw the kickoff show on YouTube. Yes, of course. Dun 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 dun. Alright, I better let you go. What is the big idea, Tori? Forcing my man to fight Tony D tonight? You better reconsider this match. Or what? Or what, Ariana? You're gonna go running to your daddy? Oh. No, I'm not gonna go running to my daddy. You wanna know why? Because my TNA contract just expired the other day. And I plan to making a full-on comeback to WWE. Great, good for you. Great, good for you, Ariana. Yeah, it is good for me. Because understand, I will be the next Women's Evolve champion. And Tori, my man deserves a break. He deserves a celebration after beating Norman. Well, whether he likes it or not, Ariana, he will have his match with Tony tonight. It's like I said, the title won't be on the line. It'll only be on the line if Tony beats him. He shouldn't be competing, period. He's still so heavily worn out after that ladder match, and you're going to force him in a match? Well, maybe he shouldn't have came tonight if he was still tired from the ladder match. He's the champion now. So he's got to suck it up. Just like you better suck it up. Considering that you're conveniently now back with WWE, you better watch your tone with me. Nepo baby. I am no Nepo baby! That's it. Keep walking. Wow, that's a huge. That's big news. Ariana Grace is apparently now back full time with WWE. Her TNA contract expired. Do you want to be American idiot? The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. Making their way to the ring, the team of Essie and Angela, the Lee Twins. You know, Daphne Shaw had her eyes on the North American title, which has led to this tag team match. The Lee Twins, Essie and Angela, take on Daphne Shaw and Maxine Dupree. Rising from the ground, echoes of the sound, ashes on the past, so the present and the future is now. And their opponents first, from Detroit, Michigan, the Hammer of Justice, Daphne Shaw. She likes to bring the justice. She likes to bring the justice, and Daphne getting a huge ovation here tonight. Daphne looks better with long hair. I agree. And her opponent and her tag team partner, Maxine Dupree. Great ovation for Maxine as she makes her way to the ring, and Maxine will have her work cut out for her next week on NXT, because Natty Neidhart had challenged Maxine to a dungeon match. Dungeon style rules where it's pinfalls and submissions only. Yeah, the last time we had that kind of match was when Natty took on Aaliyah. In 2K26, Randy has a surprise RKO that he can hit while laying on the ground. Cool. That sounds like fun. an RKO 3 grounded opponent. And now Daphne Shaw, who has got her, who would like to have a title match against, who would like to get a match against Hermione Lee and her North American title. Yeah, but instead she finds herself in a tag team match with one of the most, with one of the girls that can never seem to keep a friend, and that is Maxine Dupree. Well, the last time the Lee sisters met Maxine Dupree, she was tag team partners with Carmen Petrovic, and she would go on to win the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships at Stand and Deliver. That was the last time the Lee sisters were in the ring with Maxine. Well, to be fair, Maxine and Natty and Carmen were the initiators of this new version of the Lee sisters. Absolutely, they were the ones that Maxine and Carmen and Natty were the ones that did bring forth this new version of the Lee sisters. Oh man, and Essie Lee in control, and Maxine being picked apart here. Maxine. So something that matches of Showcase Punk versus JBL, Punk versus Ray from Armageddon 08, Punk versus Brock SummerSlam 13, which is a rewrite history, a triple threat match at WrestleMania with Punk, the triple threat WrestleMania from last year, and Punk versus Drew. And yet, one of the dream matches is AJ Lee and CM Punk versus The Miz and Maurice. Why did 2K think that was a dream match? Why did the devs at 2K think, yeah, a dream match is Punk and AJ versus Miz and Maurice? No disrespect to Maurice, but I'm just more thinking, why would that be a dream match? Who would want to see that? I think people would rather see AJ and Maurice in a singles match than having their husbands involved. Well, there's one thing we can say about the Lee sisters, is that they love to utilize the twin magic, and now Maxine trying to fight out of the predicament she's got herself in. Trying to make the tag to Daphne. I've heard the gauntlet to unlock everything is hard. Well, of course it's going to be hard. Were the devs going to make it easy? You really thought the devs were going to make it piss easy? And there's the tag, and here comes Daphne, and now the Hammer of Justice is ready to wreak havoc. And now Daphne Shaw all fired up, and now the Hammer of Justice is all fired up. Oh, big super kick. Big super kick there by Essie, and Essie brings down Daphne. And now Essie Lee trying to keep the advantage. And now look at this. And now Daphne with a kick to the face. And now Angela. And now look at Hermione now. And now look at Hermione Lee. Oh, wait a second. And now Maxine. Oh, and Maxine. And Maxine taking out Daphne told me she has her hair long now as a way to honor her grandpa, who just passed away. Who passed away months ago. Oh, went for the Angela kick. Went for the Angela kick. And now look at and now Daphne. Wait a minute. And now Daphne. Look at this. And Daphne flies out of the ring. And Daphne taking flight. Daphne taking flight. And now Daphne heads up to the top rope. And now Daphne with the Thunder Flash. The Thunder Flash. And there's the win for Shaw and Maxine over the Lee sisters. Oh, and Hermione does not look too happy about it. Here are your winners. The team of Daphne Shaw and Maxine Dupree. Daphne Shaw and Maxine Dupree pick up the win. And Daphne telling Hermione she's coming for her title. Daphne letting Hermione know she wants a shot at her title. You ain't having this. Well, the Lee sisters' luck has not been going their way as of late, but Hermione Lee will be getting a challenger for her title soon. What a big win there for Daphne and Maxine. The mixed tag match is how you get AJ in the game, and you get both. So it's good they didn't lock AJ 15 behind the island or my faction. Yeah, I guess that's the only positive to the mixed tag match. Well, if that's how you get AJ, then I guess that would be a good thing. Zeta Steel, hey, first of all, I want to say congratulations on you finally snapping your losing streak. How are you feeling after that win? Byron, I am over the moon. I just beat a former Evolve Women's Champion. And now the real deal is finally back where she... Oh, look at this! Oh, look at this! And now Lucy right from behind! Get out of here, Byron, you idiot! Look at this, Lucy right from behind just blasted Zeta Steel. That was a fluke! You got lucky! You got lucky! Huh? You got lucky! Huh? You got lucky! That's all that was! A fluke little win! Hey, come on, break it up! Lucy Wright obviously furious over losing the Zeta Steel, and now look at this! And oh man, a vicious kick to the ribs. Hey, come on, break it up! And now security finally breaking Lucy Wright away from Zeta Steel. Well, Lucy Wright was not... That is typical Lucy Wright, always being a sore loser whenever she loses a match. Typical Lucy Wright right there, being a sore loser. Can't she take a loss with honor for once? You know Lucy Wright never accepts nothing more than a win, Eva. Wanda! And here we go, And here we go. The speed title's about to be, the women's speed title's about to be determined. And here comes Wanda Williams. The following contest is for the Women's Speed Championship. Introducing the challenger, Wanda Williams. And a big opportunity here for Wanda Williams. This is a big opportunity for young Wanda Williams to win her first major championship. She believes she's better than April Johnson, that she should have won that season's Tough Enough. And here comes the proud speed champion, the fighting champion who takes on any and all challenges. And her opponent, she is the women's speed champion, Cassie Fairbanks. You know, ever since Cassie Fairbanks has won that title, what is the one thing we have been noticing Fairbanks has been doing? Always defending that championship, always ready to have it, always ready for the next challenger that comes her way. She has really been a fighting champion. She has really shown what it means to be the speed champion. Yeah, but Cassie Fairbanks' style just doesn't fit the speed narrative. She's a submission-based wrestler. Yeah, well, she's also adapted. But you've also got to admit, Maria, she has adapted to the 5-minute speed concept very, very well. She has adapted to it incredibly well over these last several months. We cannot lie that she has adapted to the speed concept pretty well. Well, we already saw one speed title match end in a time limit draw. Are we bear witness? Are we gonna witness another one ending in a time limit draw? I don't think the fans want to be disappointed again. And here we go, Wanda Williams with a big opportunity here. With a big opportunity here, trying to roll up Fairbanks early to get a quick count there. Maria, if you were Wanda Williams in this position, what would you try to do in a match like this? Well, I would try to stay on my opponent, make sure that Cassie Fairbanks doesn't even dare to try and put any of her submissions on me. That's what I would do. Always stay on top of my opponent and not give her any time to retaliate. Well, if I'm Cassie Fairbanks, I would make sure that Wanda doesn't get the upper hand, because we all know how dangerous Wanda can really be if she gets any chance to recover. And this is what we've been talking about, Cassie Fairbanks adapting to the speed concept, starting to utilize springboard maneuvers. She said she was not a fan of that kind of style at first, but now that she's a part of the speed division, now she's going to have to adapt and use those kinds of moves in her arsenal. Eva, you really shouldn't be giving out advice about anything on how to be a professional wrestler, since you can't wrestle. All right, Maria. And now swinging neck break, and that's the Wanda go round. And the big swinging neck breaker, and now Wanda Williams now And now Wanda using submissions of her own here. A Romeo special. A Romeo special. Look at that. Bridging her opponent. That would be painful. And now Fairbanks. Oh, and now Wanda. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this now. Wanda, look at this. A Black Widow. Paying tribute to AJ Lee with a Black Widow. And now Fairbanks. Oh! And now Fairbanks starting to build and now Fairbanks building momentum. Kick to the gut and a kick to the head. And now Wanda seems to be in trouble. I guess you could say Wanda is wondering what to do next. Shut up, Eva. That was actually a good one. That was awful. That was awful, Eva. I like that. Oh. And now Wanda obviously trying to get the upper hand, but Cassie Fairbanks not giving her any time to recover. Oh, look out! As what Maria said, you got to stay on your opponent. Don't give them any chance. Oh, don't give them any second chances. Exactly. Got to stay on your opponent at all times. And now Wanda sees her chance here. And there's that double, and there's that stomp, and there's the stomp. Shades of Candace. And now Wanda. And now Wanda with the Wonder Bomb. Wanda with the Wonder Bomb on Fairbanks. And Fairbanks kicks out. Oh, so close. That was very close. Looking for the Wonder Bomb again. Oh, wait a minute. And now Fairbanks counters down it. And there's the Cassie lock. Oh, Wanda Williams trapped in the center of the ring. And Williams taps. And Cassie Fairbanks retains her gold. Another foe vanquished. Here is your winner and still the Women's Speed Champion, Cassie Fairbanks. Cassie Fairbanks vanquishing another foe here tonight, proving once again why she is a fighting champion. Cassie Fairbanks continues to put on banger after banger with that Speed title. Wanda Williams brought her A game, but in the end it wasn't enough as Fairbanks emerges victorious. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, well, look who's coming out here. Well, look who is joining us here on commentary. It is WWE Hall of Famer Lita She's obvious. Well, we know why she's out here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hall of Famer Lita. The WWE Universe not giving Lita the best of warm welcomes. Well, nice of you to join us, Lita. A proud Hall of Famer. How are you doing? Hi, Maria. Nice to see you here, Lita. Well, Lita, we know why you're out here, obviously, because you want to take a closer look at Trish Stratus's match as she takes on a woman that you've beaten in the past, Jin Tala. Exactly. I am the only person to pin Jin Tala. The following contest is set for one fall, making her way to the ring, Jin Tala. I am the only woman to ever pin Jin Tala's shoulders to the mat. Has Trish Stratus done that? No. Well, Trish Stratus might do that tonight. Well, Trish might do that tonight. Yeah, right. That's not gonna happen. Not in a million years. Oh, it's time to rock and roll. Oh, it's time I'm in control. And her opponent from Toronto, Canada, WWE Hall of Famer, Trish Stratus. Hey, Isabel. And listen to this ovation for the Stratus faction. Trish Stratus, we're at Deadline. You and Trish are going to collide at Deadline. Exactly. We're going to collide at Deadline. And I'm going to prove once and for all why I am indeed better than Trish. Lita, I think your hatred towards Trish is really becoming an obsession at this point. What Trish did to you was 3 years ago, and you're still going on about it. Yeah, Sean. Yeah, Sean told me that too. It's not an obsession. I'm not obsessed with Trish at all. It clearly is. What happened? What you're angry about was 3 years ago. What you're angry about was 3 years ago, and the fact that you still haven't got over that. How many matches have you missed? Quite a fair amount. 3, 4. So you've pretty much missed most of the show. And I think what a lot of us are just trying to say is just get over it. I think that's what a lot of us are trying to say. Well, I'm not going to get over it, Blake. I will not get over it until I get my payback. Until I get the payback that I deserve, only then I'm going to move on. Well, Jin Tala in control. Oh. The ever-dangerous Jin Tala. As Lita has mentioned, she's the only woman to successfully pin Jin Tala to the mat. But can Trish Stratus do the same thing? Well, we saw Trish Stratus defeat Izzy Dame on NXT. This past last night on NXT. Yeah, typical Trish Stratus, always making everything about her. Yeah, that's typical Trish Stratus, always making everything about her. She's always got to win. It's always got to be about the Stratus faction. Well, I'm going to make sure the Stratus faction dies. And Trish Stratus just ramming Jin Tala into the steps. You know, I've always wondered, like, what if you fail this Saturday at Deadline? What if you fail this Saturday at Deadline? What if Trish Stratus once again proves that she's better than you, Lita? That's not going to happen, Eva. I love you too, Isabel. That's not going to happen, Eva. I am going to beat Trish. And now Trish obviously looking over here as she's looking over here. Stop looking at me. And now Trish now starting to build up momentum. And now the Stratus faction is starting to build up some momentum. And now Stratus with the Bulldog takes down Tala into the cover. Will Jin taste her second defeat? Oh, and a kick at it too. Come on, Jin. And now Trish. And now Trish looking to end this with the Stratus faction. And now Trish looking to end things with the Stratus faction here. Both are heels. No, Trish is a face. Now wait a second. Wait a minute. Lita now on the apron. Lita now on the apron, and Lita now jumping off the apron. Trish Stratus getting distracted. And Trish just knocking and Trish knocking Lita off the apron, and now Tala taking advantage. And Jin Tala now taking advantage of the situation, and with a big spinning kick right to the face to Trish. And thanks to Lita, Jin gets a big win over Stratus. Here is your winner, Jin Tala. And all thanks to Lita. And it was all thanks to the help of Lita. Jin Tala with a vicious knockout kick to Trish. Trish was about to win with the Stratus faction. And then Lita would get on the apron to distract Trish, and Trish would knock Lita off. And then as soon as Trish turns around, boom, a big kick right to the side of the face. And Jin Tala with a huge win here on Evolve. And now Lita now coming into the ring. And now Lita coming into the ring. And now Lita with the twist of fate to Trish. And now the twist of hate, as what Lita now calls it. And now top rope, and there's the Lita Salt to Stratus. I'm better than you, and I will prove that Saturday at Deadline. And Lita standing tall over Trish Stratus as Lita just sent a clear message to Stratus that at Deadline this Saturday, we're going to find out which one of these Hall of Famers is indeed superior. Hey honey, how are you feeling? I'm not feeling great at all, Danny. I lost my title. Man, what am I going to do about it, man? Do you have any idea how much I worked hard for that title? I know. But don't let that bother you, okay? To me, you will always be a champion, regardless if you're a champion or not. You don't understand, Danny. Being a champion means everything to me. I know. But Norman, you are a part of the Iron Survivor. You're going to be a part of the Iron Survivor Challenge this Saturday. Take all that pent-up frustration and take it out on Sami Zayn, Jacob Fatu, Kevin Owens, Caleb Peterson. Take it out on all of them. Take all your anger and frustrations and take it out on them. Because you winning the Iron Survivor would mean you would get another chance at the NXT Championship. Ain't that what you want? You're right, Danny. You're right. I should definitely put more of my focus on the NXT Championship. That's more like it, honey. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it, okay? You're right, Danielle. I won't. Well, one thing is for sure. One thing is for sure. It's clear that Danielle Vaughan is, I don't know if we can call her a motivator or a hindrance to Norman Burgoyne. Well, I think she's doing everything she can to make him feel better. She's doing everything in her power to make him feel better, considering he lost his title last night on NXT. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our main event here on Evolve. The Evolve champion is ready for action. The following contest is our main event. Making his way to the ring, being accompanied by Ariana Grace. He is the new Evolve champion, Chandlin Stax Lorenzo. Well, Stax Lorenzo started off the night with Ariana celebrating his big title win, but then got interrupted by his former cohort, Tony D. And now this match has been made official via General Manager Tori Wilson here on Evolve. Stax and obviously Ariana were not too thrilled about it. Stax is obviously still not fully recovered and still not 100% after the grueling ladder match that he had. And his opponent, Tony D'Angelo. Well, Tony D'Angelo is here on Evolve, confronting his former cohort. Yeah, Tori Wilson. Look, Tori should more be grateful over the fact. Look, Stax should be grateful that Tori did not put Stax's title on the line, because she knows Stax just won the title. So she respectfully said, "Hey, look, if Tony can beat you, only then the title will be on the line." At least she was being fair, unlike another certain general manager on the other show. Wow, Blake, you better watch your tone. Wow, Blake, you better watch your tone, because Kelly might hear that. I highly doubt Kelly watches Evolve. Well, there we go, Tony D and Stax, the two long-time former friends. These two go a long way. They were former tag team champions together. Yeah, they were former tag team champions together. And also Tony D, a former North American champion. Oh, So these two have history. It was Stacks who turned on Tony D because he said he got sick and tired of Tony D being the Don around here. He wanted to be the new Don of NXT. And I think Stacks has done Stacks has been doing a great job since he has become the new Don, not of just NXT, but now of Evolve. By being the new Don, you mean being in a relationship with his girlfriend Ariana Grace, who is Santino's daughter. Hey, mind you, she is now. But hey, mind you, she has just now told the entire WWE universe she is now back with WWE. She chose her relationship with Stacks over her dad Santino. And now Stacks in control. Huh? Come on, Tony! I'm the new Don around here! And now look at this. And now Stacks getting sent off the top rope. And Stacks getting sent off the top rope, and now Tony D starting to build momentum. The momentum is starting to shift. The momentum is starting to shift as Tony D is now building momentum. Tony D now starting to build momentum, and this is where things could get very, very dangerous if your name is Chandler Stacks Lorenzo, or Stacks now getting dumped to the outside as Tony D starts to build momentum. And obviously Ariana Grace looking on in horror, getting a little bit concerned for her man. Oh, look at this. Oh, look out. And now Stacks. And now Stacks back inside the ring, and it's Stacks! And Stacks with a pair of brass knucks! Chandler Stacks Lorenzo getting himself disqualified. I don't think Stacks really cares that he just got himself disqualified. That was clear. He didn't care at all that he got disqualified. Make him pay! Make him pay! And now Ariana saying make him pay. And now Stacks. And now Stacks wanting to make Tony D'Angelo pay. And wait a minute. And now Tony D fighting back. And now Tony D fighting back against the champion. And Tony D, oh my goodness, the big spine buster. The big spine buster. And now Tony D looking to make Tony D now, and now Tony D is looking to make Chandler Stacks Lorenzo pay. And what the hey, who the hell are that? Oh my God! Hey, wait a second, isn't that? Who the hell are these two guys? These two guys just jumped the ring. These two guys just jumped the ring, and now Tony D is getting the hell beat out of him. Blake, Eva. That's Jason Giles and Adam Ackermanis. They were a part of Tough Enough. You're right. Oh, these two guys were a part of this season's Tough Enough. Adam Ackermanis and Jason Giles beating the hell out of Tony D. Get him up. Get him up. Tony D. Stacks said he was starting a new family. And now the knee. Look at this. And now the knee. Well, he said he was starting a new family, and I guess this is what he meant. And look at Ariana coming into the ring with a smile on her face. Jason Giles and Adam Ackermanis from this season's Tough Enough just blasted Tony D from behind. Look at this this must be the new Don. The new family that Stacks has been telling us about for months. Wow, Well, that's one way to make an impact. Adam Ackermanis and Jason Giles from this season's Tough Enough have just made their impact. And they have helped Stax take out Tony D in an act of vengeance. The new Stax family has arrived, and what on earth is going to happen now? Thanks for joining us, and good night. And